Hey guys, it's Parzival, I also go by Will, and I am back with another sketchbook tour. Now, this sketchbook tour and the next sketchbook tour are a little bit short, mostly because I've been working in short sketchbooks recently because I've been trying to get back into the groove of working with sketchbooks after Art Fight in July and after I've been doing a lot of art trade and a lot of digital art. Sketching in sketchbooks has been a little bit more difficult because I feel like I'm not quite as fluid. I've also been a bit more stressed out due to stuff going on, so it's kind of killed a little bit of the vibe, but not as much as like complete art block. It's just definitely I feel like what I'm doing isn't where I want to be yet. So I've been working in smaller sketchbooks right now, so I'm not super intimidated by working in big sketchbooks. So right now I have a couple of handmade sketchbooks I'm working with because I can adjust the page sizes of them, and this is one of them. You can tell because obviously like I just pasted a bunch of candy wrappers or chocolate wrappers on the top of this cover, and it's a very thin sketchbook. I like candy wrappers, they're shiny, so I just kind of taped them to this cover. This is a pretty short sketchbook, though it took me about 2 weeks to finish because, as I said, I was getting back into using sketchbooks more often and trying to sketch in them. I've also still been working in multiple sketchbooks at a time, though I started refocusing my efforts on this one in particular. And this is 12 sheets and 24 pages, so it's not really all that big, it's not really all that special, but it definitely was something that I could use to get used to getting back into traditional sketching. And I start with a character of mine. Her name is Water Lilac, and I am in the process of revamping her and working on getting her some more art. Another character that I'm revamping named Ethan, and this is a new cane I have. His name is he is Claudius's brother. His name is Chloris, and this is just a doodle I did because I was just kind of not sure what I want to draw, so I drew a body and then just kind of adjusted the head, and I just ended up making it Chloris because he didn't have any actual references at this time. This is another cane. This is Cassius, who I actually used before as one of Tivo's children, except he ended up not really being used, and because of that I kind of reworked the story, and so I turned him into Tivo's uncle instead, so that I could still keep the design because I did really like the design without having to worry about like making a whole new character. So he is now the uncle figure who has a personality and a role in the story, even though Cassius before didn't. And this is a dark elf / drow character I have. She doesn't really have a name yet, but I'm working on it. Right now, it's kind of leaning towards Aries Song, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that. There's more Cassius, because I really like drawing his hair. It's really fun, and I was really getting into working with his design and working with his, like, honestly, it's mostly just the hair. I really like his hair. So there's a lot of just me drawing Cassius here as I'm getting used to using him again, because getting a revamp was actually really nice with him because it meant I got to use a design that was otherwise going to go to waste. I actually really like the coloring on these chibis. I was using watercolor markers for these, and they turned out really nice on this paper with this sort of like pastel-y, shiny art style for the chibis. This was from life drawing class. This was also from life drawing class, and I just turned it into Cassius because I could. Another one from life drawing class, I just turned it to Cassius. Another one from life drawing class, which I like how this ended up turning out. I didn't like it at first when I first drew it, but then I came back to it like a couple hours later and I liked it a lot better. This is a drawing of my character Venus, and a drawing of my character Tivo with his two friends Lise and Uriel, because Tivo has friends now. So I have a few sketch pages because I'm trying to get back into those and trying to be a bit more fluid and less finished with my art, because I feel like I kind of lost that doing a month and a half of like clean digital work. So I'm trying to get back into that. And so I have a sketch page of Tivo, a sketch page of Lise. I actually really like this full body here. And a sketch page of Uriel. This was supposed to be like a doodle thing that I never really finished for a fuck you bouquet that Tivo got. I actually have a reference for the flowers that go into it, but I never just never ended up finishing this. I do want to come back to it and get back to it at some point to actually draw it, but not at this point in time. Some feet studies. This was a weird like art psychology experiment my friend Mark did. My friend Mike did, and it was like drawing things in boxes and what it says about you, which is really interesting. I did some pose gestures, and another chorus in an actual suit, which looks very nice. And then some more gesture practice. So yeah, this wasn't really a super long sketchbook. It was mostly just me getting back into using them for things other than like trying to do studies and like art fight. And as you can see, there's still a lot of finished-ish work here, and there's not a lot of sketch pages. It's mostly like single-page spreads. And while that's fine, I really want to get into doing more sketch pages like this. This I really like, even though it's still a little bit finished for what I really need to get back into, but it still counts, and I really like how this turned out. But yeah, overall, not a very interesting sketchbook, but I'm getting back into swinging things, and I really like that I can actually adjust the amount of pages in my sketchbook by being able to make my own. So, yeah. That's the end of this video. Now to the outro. See you guys!
Well, that's the end of this video. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section, or contact me on any of my social media, which is linked in the description below. I also have my Patreon there if you guys want to throw a monthly donation at me. Thanks so much for your support. I'll see you next time. Bye!